So shall I start or just wait for some time? Just one student is there.
You can start your class, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our session on MSWL 15. That is the Fieldwork Journal, and the practicum that is supposed to carried out by MSW students. Now, in the past two classes, we had discussed the code of ethics given by the School of Social Work. That is important for students to understand before they actually set out to, go and work in the in the agency and in the community setting. Today, we are going to discuss about the journals per se and what are the way in which students have to carry out their field work. What are the organizations that would be, that students can go and work with? How many days of field work do they have to put in? The kind of pro forma that they need for the report writing. All that we will be discussing in our class today. So I will just start presenting my screen. Okay. So this is a final year journal MSWL 15, which the students have to fill in order to complete their course. Now here is the first page of the journal, which is the face sheet for the students to fill. So the students, they are going to fill this information here, whether they have to write the name, their home address, or their address for correspondence. Then there will be your phone number and email, your enrollment number, your study center and study center code, that is which you're affiliated to, and the regional center for the same. Then here you have to write the name and address of the agency where the concurrent visits were done. So this is the agency where you will be carrying out your 45 days of work. So the here you will put the name of and address of that agency. After that would be name and address of the fieldwork supervisor. So here you will have the address and name of the supervisor. That is the person that would be provided to you by the university to guide you in the fieldwork. And then you will have the phone mobile number of the supervisor, and here signature of the student, that is important. Now before it is there are some important information that the students have to understand. First of all the information that is asked in the journal, students have to provide that. Okay, that is mandatory. And secondly, students have to take good care of this journal. You have to definitely keep it in a place where it is safe, and try not to soil the journal, not to make sure that the pages, they do not get torn. So as soon as you get your journal, please get it hardbound, and after that you can start writing. And also once you have finished, and you give your journal, before you give your journal for evaluation to the fieldwork supervisor, it is always better to get your photocopy of the journal done. So this is important. Why? Because in case of any loss of journal during transit, or during whatever, while it is while it is being sent to the SED, it is always good if the students have another copy, because in that case, in case of loss, the photocopy will be considered by the SED. So this is something which you have to understand. Now, after this, we come to the face sheet, the second face sheet, which is the profile of the supervisor. So, this is the information which the fieldwork supervisor will be providing. So, he or she Whoever is the fieldwork supervisor would be giving all the information related to them. So this you have to you do not have to do that. So the fieldwork journal will consist of all these components. You have the introduction part, then the log sheet is there, performer for agency profile. Then there is a performer for concurrent fieldwork. There's a pre-term self-assessment form. Okay, then there is another performer for induction meeting, then orientation visits, concurrent fieldwork reports, then there's another self-evaluation report by the student. There will be a summary report of the first year fieldwork that the students they have completed, and then the term end self-assessment form followed by a checklist. Now, at the end of the journal, there will be an agency certificate where you have to get it certified by the agency where you have carried out your fieldwork. So, since it is expected that since you have already completed the first year, you all must be knowing a lot about the field work that we are supposed to carry out as students of social work. So, anyone who has carried out field work till now, how many students are there? Okay, so it's just Honak. Honak, have you started your field work yet for the first year?
Yes, ma'am, I have started.
Okay, so where exactly are you carrying out your field work?
Actually, I'm based in Bhubaneswar, but I'm also working one of the NGOs, and
Uh-huh.
then associated with another NGO for this field
Okay.
work. And I visit Kandhamal, Raigada, and also Nayagad, and also this slum area of Salesai. All these areas I visit and work.
Okay. So you're already working in a non-governmental organization, is it?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, okay. So and it is dealing in what issue? Like what exactly is your project all about?
Uh, we are making awareness of, among youth as well as working on this dowry system, waiver dowry system, and also we have some like adult literacy in like Koraput, backward districts where literacy is very low. In those areas, we have started the literacy programs.
Okay,
We make aware on legal issues as well as RTI. All this.
okay, okay, okay. And then we have Bapuji Pradhan here and Swagat. So welcome to the class, Swagat and Bapuji. Was just asking the students if they have already started the fieldwork for their first year. So Swagat, Bapuji, anybody would like to give some feedback regarding that? Swagat, have you started for the first year?
मैडम मैडम नमस्ते मैडम
Namaskar, Namaskar, Swagat. Haji, have you already
ये
started your fieldwork?
सर मैडम फील्ड वर्क मैंने तो किया था वो
First
ईयर
year
में
का?
जो हाँ हाँ कंप्लीट भी नहीं
Haji.
किया वो फील्ड वर्क
ओके, तो वो चल रहा है अभी आपका?
वो
हाँ.
और
Okay. हाँ.
मैं ये बोल रहा था आई
हाँ.
वाज आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन. So last year one will be submitting this year, and what about the second year's project? Can we submit the same thing this year?
Yeah, you can submit it. देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम। ऐसा कोई वो नहीं है कि आप उसको पहले नहीं सबमिट कर सकते हो। It's only for your exams that you will give that you will have to give after completing one whole year. आप
Yeah,
जर्नल
one
अगर
whole year.
कंप्लीट कर लिए हैं तो आप जर्नल पहले दे सकते हैं, बिफोर 1 year यू कैन गिव, दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम। आप फर्स्ट ईयर और सेकेंड ईयर साथ में दे सकते हैं। तो देर इज नो टाइम बाउंडेशन फॉर द जर्नल पर से। आप अपने एग्जाम्स के बाद भी दे सकते हैं। इफ यू फील दैट मे बी यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू कंप्लीट योर जर्नल बिफोर योर एग्जाम्स एंड you need to give some more time to your studies, then maybe you can submit your journals after that. So there is no time constraint as such.
But result may be uphold now if we don't submit.
See, the result will come finally only when all your, evaluation part is completed. So your evaluation will consist of the assignments of both the years. Okay, there is this fieldwork journal, the block placement journal, as well as your examinations. So until unless you are have completed your final result is not going to come. So, in order to complete your MSW degree, you have to finish all these components of evaluation. Okay, so once you are through with the first year, whether or not you appear for your examinations, you are automatically promoted to the second year. Now, as far as the journals are concerned, journals you can definitely submit. That is not a problem. But we do expect that the journals will be, evaluated only when the assignments are submitted. So at many times they may put this as a precondition that in order to submit give your examinations as well as your journal submission, you have to fulfill this. But it depends. Most of the times journals can be given. Journals is not a problem because journals will be evaluated separately. But in order to give examinations, appear for examinations, you will have to submit your assignments first. Now you can give your both year journal. You can give at the same time, but of course they will be completed in different times because the first year you are expected to finish that off before you give your second year journal. So you cannot submit your second year journal unless you already have completed your first year journal. Got it?
Ma'am, so when to submit this year's projects? Means field work one. I'm asking journal field work.
Yeah, so have you already submitted your first year projects?
First year project not yet submitted, but only
So
assignment.
you cannot submit your second year projects unless you have submitted your first year projects.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
will
First,
submit your first year projects first
okay.
and your second year projects later. You
Uh-huh.
can even submit them together, but the second year projects cannot be submitted before the first year projects. Okay, that is how it is going to be like that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And those who are not uh, given your numbers, sorry to interrupt, madam. Please
Yes.
post your phone numbers here so that I will add you in WhatsApp group so you may know the when the classes are taking place. Thank you.
Um, Okay, actually, Honak, I am just taking this classes. I am not working as a supervisor for your regional center. So only the supervisors who will be guiding you, they will be. We get the intimation for the classes. That is not a problem. Uh,
Not to you, ma'am. Actually, I'm asking the students. Sometimes they come very less. No, I'm asking them so that if they will give their numbers,
okay, yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
we
So
will
the
be
students,
creating
yeah, of
creating
course,
a
they may
group.
give their number so that they can be updated about it.
Yeah, I have
That's a
Swagat
good.
number, but today I
Okay,
got
okay,
one
yeah,
more
yeah.
new student. Yeah.
Sure,
I,
sure, sure. That's a good initiative. Thank you so much.
I,
So Sumagna, you are there. You've joined us. Have you already started with your first year of fieldwork journal? Are you there with us, Sumagna?
Ma'am,
Yes, tell me.
ma'am, Our college, the sir has not told about any journal.
Niranjan, Niranjan,
You haven't received
हाँ
any journals.
No,
हाँ
ma'am.
दे
There must be
हाँ
two.
भाई
We have asked last
हाँ
year,
कौन
but they didn't
हाँ
say
हेलो
anything about the journals.
Okay.
हाँ हाँ
So
हाँ
no, that actually comes with
हम्म
your books. Once when you get your study material, when you get your books, you will also get a
हाँ
journal. Okay.
Yes,
Hona,
ma'am.
can you please mute yourself?
हाँ
Hona, can you mute yourself, please?
ओ
Yes. So Mangla, so when you get your,
ନାଇଁ
when
ରିଲିଜ
you
କରିଦେଲା ସେ ସେମିତି
get your
ରଖିଥିଲା
books,
ଆଜି ରିଲିଜ କରିଦେଲା
um, Honakji, can you just mute yourself, please? So actually, you should be getting your, you should have got your journals along with other books. Okay, so you can just
ନାଇଁ
see if
मेरा
you, in case if you have not got it, then
ଖୋଜିବା
maybe
ଲୋକ
you can just contact your regional center.
ବହୁତ
And
କହୁଛି
also,
ଆଉ
these
ସାର୍ ବି
journals
ଆଉ
are
କ'ଣ
uploaded
ନାଇଁ
on eVidya
ହେଲେ ଆଉ
on
କ'ଣ
sorry on eGyan Kosh. Okay,
ସାର୍
so you
ସିଧା
can
Yes,
even
ma'am.
download those journals in case if you're having any problem in accessing the journal.
Ma'am, last year we all, matlab, all students of our region, we went to our head,
ତାପରେ ଆଉ
Khalikot University head.
ରିପୋର୍ଟ
They
ନଦେଲେ
told us that you contact the regional center Bhubaneswar, they will say you
ମତେ ଆଇବ
about
ନା
the journal.
ଥୋଡ଼ି ନା ଇଏ ହବ ବୋଲି ସେ
Okay,
ପ୍ରେମ ସହିତ ଏମିତି ଜୋର
just a moment.
ଜବରଦସ୍ତ ସେମିତି ଆରୁ ସେ ସାର୍
Mr.
କହିଥିଲା
Hona,
ରିପୋର୍ଟ
can
ଦଉନ
you
ଆଜି ବୋଲିକି
just
ତାପରେ ବୋଧେ ସାର୍ ବି ତାକୁ
Hona,
ଜୋରରେ
can you
କହିଦେଲେ
just
ଏଇ କମ୍ୟୁନିକେସନ ଟା କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ବସିକିନା କଣ ରିପୋର୍ଟ ଲେଖୁଛନ୍ତି କଣ ଏମିତି ସେମିତି କହିବାର ବୋଧେ ସାର୍ ଇଏ କରିଥିବେ ଆଉ
he has just forgotten to mute himself and
ହଁ ନାଇଁ ସେଇଟା ଏକା ଏମାନଙ୍କର ସେଠି ଆଗେ ଫେରେଇ ଦେଲେ ହେବ ନା
Hona, please mute yourself.
ପଇସା ଦେଖିଲା ପରେ ନାଇଁ ନାଇଁ ପଇସା ଦେଖିଲା ପରେ ନାଇଁ କି ଧୃତ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ସେମାନେ ପଇସା ଦେଖିଲା ପରେ ଆଖି ପୁରା ଝଲଝଲ ହେଇଯାଉଛି
Yes, Suman. So basically, you can ask the regional center, or otherwise, if that is a problem, if you're not able to access, then what you can
Yes,
do
ma'am.
is you can just go to Gyan Kosh. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that is where all the books are easily available. You can download the journal, you can
Yes, ma'am.
take the printout from eGyan Kosh, and then you
Yes,
can, just start writing in that. So that
yes,
is
ma'am.
not a problem. So
Yes, ma'am.
all the books, in case you are getting any problems, see generally what happens that basically students are getting the books nowadays directly from Delhi. Okay, so the headquarters,
Yes, ma'am.
they send the books, but at times what happens because of the enormous amount of admissions, the number of students that have enrolled for different courses, at times they may take a little bit of time in dispatching those books and everything, and at times maybe some students they might not get some or the other book. So what you can do is you can simply go to eGyan Kosh and download
Yes,
that
ma'am.
book, so you can do read it in the soft copy mode, or you can even get the printout done for the
Ma'am, in
journal.
how many days we have to complete that journals?
See, generally, it is you will have 1 year to complete your first year and another second year to complete your second year. Okay. So,
Yes, ma'am.
ideally, it is basically 1 year you will get to complete your MSW. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
students get up to 4 years to
Yes, ma'am.
submit all their activities, give considering the fact that we are having a lot number of students who
Yes, ma'am.
are actually working. Okay,
Ma'am,
so lot.
actually, we are not getting proper information from our regional center, that is the Calicut University. That's why we are getting so many problems. We are not getting any information about the exams or any journals or field practice, etc. That's why we are facing more problems.
See, the
Uh,
date for examinations is same for every center across India. So what you can do is, in case if there is some
we are
problem,
getting that one from the net also. Notification is coming to us. But
yeah,
in
yeah.
case of any field work, we can get any information from the institution. Last year, after completing our first year exam, we contact with our supervisor, who is the head of Calicut University. They told us that you contact the regional head center Bhubaneswar, you will get everything from there. But they are not giving us proper information so that we can go to that regional center and collect our data. That's why we are not aware of many things. That is our problem.
Okay. See, I will just tell you about all the basic things that you need to understand about these field work thing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
First of all, you know that MSW is for 2 years, and
Yes, ma'am.
ideally, students should be able to complete their course in these 2 years period.
Yes, ma'am.
In case for some reasons students are not able to carry out all the requirements to fulfill all the requirements of the course within these 2 years, then they can complete it within the next 2 years. Okay, and in case if that is also not done, if that is also not possible, then they will get an extra re-extension. They will get an extra extension for 1 year, but for that they have to take permission, okay, and give some, readmission amounts and all that. A lot of other things are there. So basically, try to finish off your all the required activities within these 2 to 4 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you will be having certain subjects which are compulsory, and then there are certain subjects which are optional.
Yes.
For all the examinations, for all the subjects for which you will appear for your examination, you have to uh, s- uh, you have to complete writing assignments. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
now the assignment questions are uploaded on the net. Okay, in
I have
PDF.
submitted last year. First year assignment was submitted by me. Last year I have submitted every assignment. This
Okay.
year, um, within March 31st, I will submit my assignment of second
Okay,
year.
so you got that assignments
Yes, ma'am.
have to be
Yes, ma'am.
submitted if you want to
Yes, ma'am.
appear for the examinations.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
within the same year.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you will
My
submit your
problem is only that field work and journal writing. I have not started, even not started about journal writing.
yeah.
So
So
I
that
have
is
to.
why no, we will be taking the class, and I will give you. I am going to give you all the detailed information about this, so you
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
have to bother about this.
Yes, ma'am.
So just basic things, that these journals, they should also reach the Delhi Students Evaluation Division.
Yes, ma'am.
By, so you have to actually, you will be assigned a field work supervisor by the university, that is by your regional study center. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So the study center will assign you a fieldwork supervisor who is going to guide you
Yes,
about
ma'am.
your report writings and about your work in the NGO or whatever organization that you're going to
Yes,
work
ma'am.
in.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there will be another field contact. There will be another person in the agency who will be your agency supervisor. So that
Yes,
could
ma'am.
be anyone, any supervisory level person in the agency who will guide you about your work. So
Yes, ma'am.
this a fieldwork supervisor is basically a person who has been recognized by the university to work as a supervisor. Okay, but
Ma'am.
the agency supervisor would be somebody who is working in that agency where you will be carrying out your field work. So understand the difference between the two. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
the agency supervisor is going to guide you when you're working, while you're working in that agency concern. Okay. And you
Yes,
will
ma'am.
also get your certificate duly signed by the agency supervisor that this student has completed so many days of working as a worker in the agency. All that. So that pro forma for the certificate is already given in your journal. Okay, it is given in the last page of the journal, and you have to
Yes,
get it duly signed by the agency supervisor. Now,
yes,
the
ma'am.
fieldwork supervisor, who is recognized by the university, is basically going to look into your overall performance. Your
Yes, ma'am.
reporting, in between, you will have to carry out meetings with the supervisor, with the fieldwork supervisor, and update him or her about your work in the agency, about your progress. You will be contacting the fieldwork supervisor in case if you're having any kind of an issues or a problems in the agency and whatever.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes.
so that person is basically face of the university for you.
Okay, ma'am.
Now, for both the year, for the first year and the second year, there is one journal which you have to complete. That is your fieldwork journal, and another thin book is there, which is basically a block placement journal. Okay,
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
first year. So you will have your 13 and 14 in the first year, your journal for your fieldwork, and one is the block placement. And the
Yes, ma'am.
second one in the second year, you will have another journal, okay, which will be your 15 and 16. And
Yes, ma'am.
this would be basically your fieldwork journal, and another would be your internship journal.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am. Yes,
now
ma'am.
you have to complete complete these four journals together. Okay, I mean, you have to complete these four journals if you want to complete your MSW degree.
Yes, ma'am. Then we have to complete this four journal within
Four
December.
journals, yes, yes. Within these
Within
four
December.
years, try to complete it as soon as possible. Don't extend your period to 4 years. Try to
Yes,
finish it
ma'am.
within the 2 to 3 years stipulated time. Okay.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
now these four journals you have to complete before you can be awarded your MSW degree in social work. Okay. Now, for the first year, we have already had the classes. So it's basically the journals are almost similar. There is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
much of a difference. So if you understand the 15 and the 16, I am
Yes,
taking
ma'am.
15. There will be another person who will be taking up the 16. So
Yes,
once you understand these two journals, then you can easily do your work. Okay, so there
yes,
is no
ma'am.
problem as such with anything. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So I will just share this MSW block placement journal with you. So since you have started, just let me tell you a little bit about this. So this journal is basically your MSWL 15, which is the second year journal. The first sheet would be a face sheet that the student have to complete. There are certain requirements, certain information that is the student have to provide, like name, address, phone, email, and enrollment number, address of the study center where you are enrolled, and your regional center where you are enrolled. Excuse me. Here you will be writing the name and address of the agency where you will carry out your 45 days of field work. Okay. And here is the name and address of the fieldwork supervisor. That is a supervisor who will be allotted to you by the university. As in your student, your study center will be giving you somebody who is working as maybe a professor there, or in some other teaching capacity, or whoever is maybe enrolled to work as a supervisor in the IGNOU regional center over there in your area. And here will be the more details of the supervisor. Your signature will be here. All the information that is being asked by the students have to be filled, which is mandatory. And once you get your journal, you are supposed to get it binded. Okay, get the journal binded, hard bind. Okay, and also make sure that you do not spoil the journal. Okay, it should not get dirty. Overwriting and too much of cutting and all that should be avoided. Use only black pen and blue pen in your journal. Avoid using sketch pens and other such things which may actually spoil your journal. And make sure that once you have finished writing all the reports and everything, you do get the photocopy of the journal done. So all the 4 journals, you need to have a photocopy of them. Okay. Now, having said this, we will go to the next part, which is the second phase sheet. This is the information that your supervisor has to fill. So once you submit your fieldwork journal to the supervisor after completing the journal, this information will be filled out by the supervisor who is supervising you. That is your the one who will be your fieldwork supervisor. That is the one who will be allotted to you by the university. Okay. Now, there are some of the activities that we will be dealing with. So there are information regarding how the fieldwork will be done, your log sheet which will have information about all the different days in which you will be working. Then there is this proforma for agency profile. Okay. Then there is the proforma for concurrent fieldwork, your 45 days of concurrent field work, that is your 45 days of working in the agency. There is this preterm self assessment form which has to be filled by the student, induction meeting, your orientation visits, concurrent field work reports, and there is a self evaluation report. There is also a summary report of the first year field work that the students have to write in the second year journal. And then there is a term and self assessment form and a checklist for the students. Now, this evaluation report of supervisor and grade sheet, this is something that your supervisor will do. Okay, he or she is going to give their global comments in the evaluation part. Evaluation report of the supervisor would be sorry, in this evaluation report, the supervisor will be giving the global comments. The grade sheet that would be graded by the evaluator. Okay. And then there will be a final agency certificate that will be filled by the agency supervisor. So the person you will work under, when you're working in the agency, that person or whoever is the head of the agency, he or she will sign your certificate. Okay. Now let us come to the different parts one by one. Now, this is the introduction part where they have given you information about why field work is necessary. So, as students of social work, you know that social work is basically um, it's a field-based discipline. Okay, it's a practical-based discipline, and the students who enroll themselves for social work, they have to ensure that they carry out work in the field with the people, with the community, and learn the different techniques, how to apply the different methods of social work that they have studied in their theoretical part in the classrooms or from the books. And whatever knowledge, skills, attitudes that you have gained while as a student of social work, you have to actually apply the same to the field. Okay. Now also you will also be getting a good understanding of how welfare agencies work, how they functions, what are the kind of clients that they deal with, how is the staff responsible for carrying out activities, what is the um, you know um, what are the challenges that they have to face as working in the social welfare sector. All of these information you will gradually be able to get once you start with your field work. Okay. And also a lot of things related to the ethical choices, about the relevance of the principles of social work, about the relevance of the code of ethics of related to social work. All of these you will be able to actually apply when you will be faced with different situations in your field. Now, uh, MSW second year journal, just like the MSW first year journal, it is having two blocks. Block one is on the code of ethics for social workers, which we have already read. Okay, in the past two classes, we have done the code of ethics for social workers, and there this block, this second block is actually the fieldwork journal, where you have to complete all the exercises or the tasks which have been given in the fieldwork journal. Okay, and there are certain guidelines also which have been provided to you in the journal, so as students you have to follow those guidelines. Okay, then after that, it's I already told you that the university is going to uh, the university is going to assign you a supervisor, a fieldwork supervisor, who would be identified by the university, who would have the necessary requisite master's degree, or somebody who's duly approved by IGNOU, and a professionally qualified person specifically, and he or she will be guiding you about the reporting, about the report writing, about the work in the field, how are you going to and he or she will also going to evaluate your work. Okay, so this is how you are going to go about it. Now, this is basically the log sheet which has to be signed by the professional supervisor at the agency. So, this would be signed. Here you can see the agency supervisor signature over here, last column. Okay. So, this is where you have to ask the agency supervisor to sign, and this is, you will write the name of the organization, that is where you carried out your 45 days of work, the address of the organization where you're working with. Okay, here you will be having 45 different columns, okay, and rows. So there will be 45 columns and rows over here. You have to fill every column with the main activities for that day. So for your first day, if you attended a meeting, if you attended a session at the agency, you're going to write in the main activities. The You will write the date for the visit of the first day. Okay, first day visit of the agency. Your signature will be there, and here in this line, the signature of the agency supervisor will be there, not your fieldwork supervisor, your agency supervisor. Okay, next, once you are done with the logbook, you log sheet, you are supposed to paste the certificate of the MSWL 13 journal. So MSWL 13 journal is the first year fieldwork journal. Okay, and you are supposed to paste the certificate. So once you are able to get the certificate from the organization, you are supposed to actually um, paste the certificate. You are supposed to get the photocopy of the certificate done, and then paste the certificate over here in the second year fieldwork journal. Okay, and in the next part we are going to have the certificate of the MSWL 14. Now MSWL 14 is the second block placement. Okay, it is a block placement done by the student in the first year. So 13 and 14, for both of these journals, as we have already discussed in the previous classes, you have to, there is a certificate at the end of the journal, and you are supposed to get the certificate signed by the agency supervisor for the first year, and then you are going to get the photocopy done. Get the photocopy, and after you get the photocopy, you are supposed to paste the certificates. So keep the certificates with you also, and then get extra photocopies done for the certificate. Okay, and so you, in these spaces, you will be pasting the certificate for the first year block placement and first year fieldwork journal. Okay, so keep the uh, certificate safely with you. After this, we come to the, now over here you have to paste the certificate, the photocopy of the certificate of the work that you will be of the work that you will be doing in the MSWL 15. So there is that the certificate that is there at the back of MSWL 15. You have to get that signed, and then do photocopy for that. And in this space, you are going to paste the certificate for the MSWL 15 journal. And before you start with the journal, just read the different guidelines. Okay. Now here we start with the pro forma for the agency profile required for orientation visits or placement. Now, as far as your orientation visits are concerned, students have to carry out 5 orientation visits and 45 concurrent visits. Now, what are exactly these? I will tell you. Orientation visits is basically you have to simply go and visit different agencies, organizations, or government welfare agencies, or other organizations which are working in the field of welfare, social welfare, and you have to get information regarding their working, information related to different aspects of their work. It could be infrastructure, it could be funding sources, it could be any awards or recognitions, whatever. So the details is there in this performer. We will discuss it one by one. So these 5 days of orientation work will be done in different organizations by the student, and you will be simply visiting these organizations, and one every day visit one organization, and in this way you will be able to complete 5 orientation visits. Okay. Now the kind of organizations that you can visit, we will discuss that in the coming part. Okay. So these 5 days will be only for visiting organizations, and you will be try and get information regarding the working of these organizations. Okay. Now what information are you supposed to get? We will discuss about it. And after you have finished 4 days of orientation visits, you will be carrying out the concurrent visits. Now, concurrent visits are nothing but they are actually every day you have to choose one organization, and every day you have to uh, basically work as a regular member of the organization. So maybe if you are working for an organization or for an NGO, okay, you will carry out 45 days of work in that particular organization. Okay. And every day you will be you will be working in that organization, and at the end of the day you will be writing about all the work that you did for that day in the report. We will discuss the performer of the report also later. So this is the concurrent visit and the orientation visit. So for orientation visits, there are 5 days where you will be visiting 5 different agencies. Okay. Now, and after that,
Excuse, ma'am. Sorry to
yes,
interrupt you.
yes,
In orientation program,
yeah.
sometimes they don't give their details, and it is difficult to visit 5 different organizations. No? 2, 3 can be done. 5 means it is sometimes difficult to find. So can the school also counted in their 5?
No, no, no. The school will not be counted as one of the agency. You can visit a government school. Acha, you mean a
Yeah,
government
government.
school
I mean
only?
government school only.
Yes, yes, yes. You can visit a government school. You can visit a government college. Apart from NGOs, you can visit, any government welfare organization.
But they will not be giving any certificate like that he has attended, because why you will take,
So
what you
you
will
don't
do.
need certificate for your orientation visits.
Okay, okay,
You
okay.
don't have to give certificate for the orientation visits. The certificate is only for the concurrent visit. Remember that, okay? You
Oh,
don't need any certificate for your orientation visits. These visits are only meant to give idea to the students how welfare agencies are structured, how they work, and how do they get their fundings and all that. So all this information we try and get from the agency. Now, it is not mandatory that you have to visit only NGOs. You can visit any government organization which is involved in some kind of a public welfare work. Okay, it could be maybe your municipal corporation, it could be any media house, it could be any hospital, government hospital, or a government school and a college, any Anganwadi center, any government department, collectorate, anything you can visit, any organization you can visit. Apart from this, even a corporate social responsibility project can also be covered. So that is not a thing. We just want to have organizations which are actually involved in some kind of uh, welfare work. Okay, so any non-government, any government or private organization can be visited for the sake of this orientation visit. Okay, so you have to select any five, visit them, take the information from them. Okay, according to the pro forma. So now this is the pro forma. This is the pro forma for your um, orientation visits. Okay, that is the five different organizations which you will visit. So you will first write the name of the institution. So write the name of the institution or name of the organization or whatever you are visiting. After that, you will next write the address. Then many times several organizations may have some mission statement. So if they have a mission statement or a motto, you can write that over here. Any institutional objectives can be discussed over here. So if the institution, it has some objectives, if it is having certain kind of objective or goals, then you can write about them here. Here you are going to write about the chief executive officer. Chief executive officer is the head of that organization. Okay, so whoever is the head of the organization, you're going to write the name over here. Then we will be having the number of board members. So if your organization is comprised of a board, you will write the board members. Here you will mention the type of work. So what exactly is the type of work the organization is looking into? Okay, so you will mention the type of work here. Then you will have the number and nature of beneficiaries, means that you will have the number of beneficiaries, that is the number of clients or people who are directly benefiting from the organization, and as well as the nature. So here you will have the nature of beneficiaries, that is the what kind of people are actually being looked after. So if you are visiting an orphanage, you will definitely write about children who are not having families or anyone to take care of them, not having a home, and that is why they're living in an orphanage. Okay, there may be a government school which caters to students studying till class 8th, so you will write about that. You will write about the number and nature of beneficiaries. Then you are going to write about the geographical area of work. So the geographical area of work, this includes the all the areas, okay, that comes under the that comes under the auspices of the organization. So whether the organization is working for the whole district, or if it is working for one of the block, you're going to write the geographical area of works, okay, like that. Then mention here whether the agency is registered or not. Now I would suggest that please visit organizations that are registered. Do not visit organizations that are not registered. Okay, always visit organizations that are registered. So generally it is mandatory for organizations, especially NGOs and trusts and societies, to register themselves. But if you're visiting a government organization, then the government organizations are not going to help you out. They will not have any requirement of registration. So the government organizations will not be registered. There is no need for registration of government organizations. Okay, it's only the organizations that are working as non-profit, non-governmental. Okay, only they require some kind of some kind of registration. Then next would be the organizational structure. Organizational structure basically means the structure of the organization. What is the hierarchy? Okay, as in you may use a simple diagram to show the hierarchy of that organization. So how, like what is the, if you're visiting a school, then maybe you will start with a principal over there. Okay, and then you will start with other uh, position holders. Okay, so the principal will be there, followed by a vice principal. Then there would be teachers, and there would or administrators, and there would be teachers, librarian. There would be other supporting staff. Then there would be peons and drivers and cooks and all those people. So here you are going to get your information about the organizational structure. Then here is the number and nature of staff members. Okay, so here you are going to talk about the number of the staff members and the nature of staff. So how many number of staff are there? So if it's a school, maybe it is having around a total of maybe 70 staff or an 80 staff, and the nature of staff. Okay, so whether they are regular staff, they are working as a professional staff, or they are semi-professional staff or voluntary staff, you're going to write about this. Okay, then comes the history of the organization. So the history of the organization, this would involve all that the person is I would say this would involve all the details about the organization. So, when did the organization start? Who was the founder of the organization? What was the objective of the organization when it started? Okay, and how over a period of time the organization has brought about changes. All of these things we are going to um, understand in the history. The sources of funding would involve the sources of funding would include the sources in that is, whether they are being given by any government agency, whether they are being provided by the some international organization or some other organization, whether they are sponsored by the whether they are sponsored by individuals, or whether they are actually maybe they are actually uh, working, carrying out some certain activities which is helping them to self sustain themselves. So all these sources of funding you're going to ask. After that would be the infrastructure facilities. Now infrastructure facilities would include basically here you are going to write about all the things that the organization has, in terms of does it have an office space. Okay, does it have maybe some infrastructure like their office building or playground, whether they are having their maybe say laptops or computers, or whether they are having some special equipments for some other things, maybe like if it's a organization dealing with differently able kids, so maybe they are having their own some uh, you may say some infrastructure of their own. It could be buses, okay, it could be playground, it could be a hostel, whatever. So just ask and also observe. So this infrastructure facilities, you will be either asking the organization staff when you visit, or you can even you know, maybe you will be just observing it or just ask directly from the staff. Then the relationship with other agencies. So here you have to discuss if they are having any relationship with other agency. Okay, for example, it could be a school which is run by a society or a trust, or it could be a hospital under the auspices of the Department of Health. Okay, or whatever. So whatever the case may be, you will be writing about the relationship with other agencies. Then here you will write about the future plans. The future plans would include whether maybe that organization plans on expanding its work, or maybe expanding its population base. Maybe they are planning on carrying some new projects, okay, or expanding their. So all of these, different things about the organization you are going to write. Then recognition and awards. This would require different recognition and awards. Like if the organization has been, recognized by any other organization, or maybe by the government, if it has been awarded, uh, like maybe for its exemplary work, it has been awarded by the government, or maybe it is, somewhere like. Some other award has been given to the organization for its outstanding work, you're going to write about those recognition and awards. Affiliations is, if is it affiliated to any other organization or agency. Like if it's a district hospital, if it's a civil hospital, it will be affiliated to the state government. Okay, the health department of the state government. Then if it is some other aspect, then if it is some other you know um, if it is some other thing, like maybe say if you have visited some something like an anganwadi. Okay, then you can write the department to which it is affiliated to. If you have visited some hospital, you can write the department that it has affiliated to. So basically, these affiliations would be if the organization is affiliated to or related to any other organization. And apart from this, any other information which you found was useful, okay, you can write it over here. It is up to your understanding. Then affiliations would involve any kind of okay, sorry, affiliation we've already completed. Learning process is just discuss a lot, just discuss a bit about the learning process. So what did you learn from that visit? What were the new things you were able to understand? Maybe you visited a school for the blind and you saw for the first time how a braille is, it looks like, or how it works, or how they are able to learn from that. It could be some other thing that you have totally which may have um, marked, we can say that a marked dent on you. So all of this learning process you can basically um, involve. Okay, so here you will be writing about the learning process. Then this would include the fieldwork supervisor's comments. You don't have to write about. Just a moment. Now, after that, we come to the preterm self assessment form. Now, in the preterm self assessment form, there are certain questions. okay, that have been given for the students to solve. So you will be going through these different questions which are objective based, and then you will be answering those questions. So you will be completing this preterm self assessment form before you um, okay. So these questions are basically in the form of open and closed ended questions. You can easily just pick up whatever you want to, whatever you feel like. Wherever your name and signature of the student is there, you please ensure that you write your name and your signature. Okay, so that is mandatory where you write your name and signature. Um, Now, this is basically the name and signature of the supervisor. So, she or he will be writing down the name and signature. Now, this is the induction meeting. Now, for this induction meeting, you will have to contact the center of the induction meeting for field work, and you will be taking up a session with the academic counselor, okay, or the field work supervisor, who will be organizing an induction meeting where you will be told in detail about the organization. Okay, so that you may say that person, the supervisor, whoever is looking after you. So whoever your supervisor is, he or she will be taking a class with you in order to, make sure that you are able to actually understand all the various aspects of field work. So this induction meeting will be taken place between the supervisor and the student, and you will be expected to write a detailed report of that induction meeting. Okay, so everything has to be written in the journal with your own handwriting, and this is how the now after all the details given above, you will be writing in details about the now the report that you will write, okay, for your induction meeting or for that for any other activity, it has to be written in third person. So you may write as that the student social worker or SSW, okay, started the day with the whatever, okay, and then you can just write about the details. So these reports should be as detailed as possible, okay, and you will also be expected to be as um, what may say to be as detailed as possible in your reports, and also follow paragraphs. Okay, so whenever you are writing report, avoid writing in points, please write it in paragraph. So this is something that you have to understand. So after the induction meeting, after you have mentioned about what happened between you and supervisor during the induction meeting, that is the first meeting with your supervisor, you are supposed to write the report over here. Here these are the comments by the fieldwork supervisor. Okay, so you do not have to write anything beyond this line. Okay, so see, this is the space that has been given to you for your orientation visits. Okay, so after you finish your this the induction meeting, you are supposed to start with your orientation visits. And orientation visits, I told you, it is basically the visits to five different organizations that you will do, as a part of your field work. So the five different organizations you will go and collect information. Now we have already discussed the pro forma. So these five different pages, okay, these are having the information related to the organization. So you will start from here, orientation visits, and you will start all your agency. You will start the work in visit the agency and start writing the report over here. Okay.
Ma'am,
So then
excuse
you
me.
have orientation.
Uh,
Yes.
Sometimes they don't give all the details of their organization. No problem is that.
See, try
Edu-
to get as much detail as you can, whatever they give you. Some of the details you can write it from your observation. Okay, like the infrastructure facilities I told you. Some of these details you will write down through your observations. So when you go to the agency, maybe you can just observe, see how things are happening, how people are, what are the things that are available for the organization as infrastructure, whether they have computers, whether they have a telephone or a fax machine or a furnitures are there, a printer is there or not. Then there are certain things that you may
because they
ask.
are afraid that you are taking this information and it may be leak out somewhere, and since it is educational and it is going to government, so they are afraid to give, no, and
See, if it is a genuine organization, I don't see any reason why they should hide any information from
no,
you.
yeah, they are not hiding, but what they are saying,
Okay.
if somebody calls from the institution, we may say yes or no about you, because
So it's
what
okay if
information
they
they will ask.
see, if they don't give you information, don't insist on it. Some of the information, I don't think that there is anything that they cannot give. Okay, if anybody can give about what their institution objective are. Okay, what is the kind of clientele that they are looking into. All of these are general information. So even if it is written in a in educational notebook, I don't think there is any problem that any organization should face. Only one or two things they might have problem. They might give you. They might not tell you what exactly they are planning in the future. Okay, and they might hide something like their channels of funding. Maybe they might not tell you about about the where they are getting the funding from. So don't insist. You can just write that that this particular information was not provided, but try to visit organizations which are registered, which are genuine. So if it's a registered organization which is a genuine organization, it will not have any reason for hiding any information. Okay, so try to visit organizations like these. So these five different reports are for the orientation visits, five different orientation visits that you will be carrying out. Okay, and once these orientation visits are done, we will have a after this
Ma'am, this one also will write by our own handwriting, no?
you have to write it
Okay.
down. No typing. All this has to be handwritten. Okay. After this, after five orientation visits, there will be an individual conference. Okay. Now the student has to do at least five individual conference with the fieldwork supervisor. Okay, that is your university supervisor. Now the fieldwork supervisor should be updated about what you have done in the fieldwork till now, what kind of agency you have visited, what has been the response, are you facing any issues related to your work, and so on and so forth, or any other help that you want to seek from the supervisor, you may seek. So this individual conference will be done between the student and the supervisor, and five different conferences have to be organized. Okay, in a year. So over here, you are going to write your first individual conference.
Ma'am,
And
who will
whatever,
organize this one? These
you have to
conferences?
speak with your fieldwork supervisor, and this fieldwork supervisor will organize.
Okay, thank you.
It is the meeting between the student and the fieldwork supervisor. So after you complete five orientation visits, you will write this one report on individual conference. Here you will describe what all discussions happened between you and your supervisor. Okay, so this is how it is going to be. After this report, after the first individual conference, we will go back to the concurrent fieldwork reports. Now, concurrent fieldwork reports are basically reports which would be uh, the everyday report of your 15 days. Okay, 45 days, sorry. So, every day, whenever you are working, when you're going to work for the organization, uh, you have to write report for every day. Okay, every day when you're going to work for the organization, you have to prepare for that day. So all the major activities that you carried out in that day, all the people that you met, what kind of techniques and methods that you use that day, all of this information has to be gathered in this concurrent fieldwork report. Okay, so you will be having this concurrent fieldwork report. Now you have to select one organization, preferably a registered organization. You can even work in some other organization, like maybe you can work with some government organization. You can even work in anganwadis. You can even work in other organization. It could be maybe a corporate social responsibility project. Okay, it could be an NGO, anything. So you will be selecting one organization, and then you will carry out 45 days of concurrent fieldwork in that organization. So just select one organization only, no changing organization once you have started. So be very careful when you select the organization. If you have any problem, like generally students, the kind of problems that they might face is that maybe the organization is not giving proper response, they are not giving proper training, they are not guiding the students, or maybe the organization doesn't have sufficient work for the student. These are some of the genuine problems that students come up with. So you will have to see for yourself how the things are going on between you and your organization, and then accordingly you have to select the organization, and then carry out your 45 days of concurrent fieldwork in that organization only. And your concurrent fieldwork reports are to be written afresh after each visit. So whenever you um, do your field work visit, your concurrent field work visit, you are supposed to include the just write down the major points of the report the same day, so that you are able to remember the what you are what you have done for that particular day. So just write up all the major points that you have understood, all the major points that are important, or whatever you were able to maybe just carry out or what all activities you carried out for each day. You have to write it down somewhere so that you remember that. Okay, and this is the pro forma for the concurrent fieldwork report. So for all the 45 days, this would be the pro forma. So you have to write the date of fieldwork, time spent in the agency, so how much time did you spend at the agency. You have to write about the activities performed for that day. So what all activities did you perform? Okay, you're going to write about that. Observations related to the agency. So any observations you had related to the agency, and observations related to other institution functioning. Then next is the assigned task. That is the task that were assigned to you by the agency. Were you able to finish it? Okay, or are you just maybe carrying on those tasks? So all these things you're going to write. Then you will write about the observations regarding the client system and the service delivery. So your observations about the client system, your observations about the service delivery, whether they are actually able to do justice to the client, okay, and anything that you notice about the services given by the agency to the clients, you have to write about this. And then you're going to write about the social work techniques used. Now, what are the techniques? Like observation, counseling, maybe for home visits, maybe say individual what you can say, maybe any other technique that you have utilized while you work for the day, okay, in the agency. You have to write about all those techniques. And then you are going to write about the fieldwork supervisor's comment. So here you will be writing about the fieldwork supervisor's comments. Now the fieldwork supervisor comments would be written by the supervisor, so don't write anything for that. Now this is your concurrent visit, first report of your visit. You are going to write totally from yourself, not copy it down from anywhere. Okay, just write it in your own writing, and in the format prescribed by the university, and it should be based on actual fieldwork done by you. So just don't write anything. uh, Write it on the basis of the fieldwork actually done by you. So mention the date, the time spent, then name of the organization, name of the fieldwork supervisor. Okay, all of this, and here you are going to write about the details. So, a lot of pages have been given to you for this concurrent visit. Please make sure to write your report as detailed as possible. This is because of the fact that generally the students, they do not write much, okay, but try to make it a habit of writing the reports in details. Okay, so you have to be very careful that you utilize most of the space, that you write your reports well in details in the space provided to you. Because see, your supervisor is going to grade you according to the work done by you. But for a person who is there in Delhi, who will be also evaluating your reports, he may not know exactly what work you have done, how much you have done, what work exactly have you done. So you have to be as detailed in your report as possible, explain each and everything of the day, so this will give a good impression. Okay, if you also want, you can also click photographs, okay, and then use it. You can stick it over here in the space provided. So when you can have like 4 to 5 such photograph of you when you're working in the field. Take out those photographs, get it printed, and then stick it over here in the space. Now this is very much recommended by the university, because in this way, they get a genuine feedback from the students. They understand that okay, the student has actually gone to the field and written the journal based on the field work, and not just copied it from somewhere. So like this, you are going to write about your concurrent fieldwork report. Okay, this is how you're going to write about it. So after the first concurrent fieldwork is the next concurrent visit to, which will be along the same lines. Okay, so you will be again writing this along the same pro forma, using the same pro forma in details. So all these concurrent visits will be done. Now after each concurrent visit, there is a, okay, so am I clear to all of you till now? So after every five concurrent visits, as I told you, there will be one individual conference, okay, where you will be discussing about the 5 days of your work with the supervisor. Okay, so you will be discussing the work with the supervisor, and after 5 days, there will be this. Just wait a minute. Okay, so this concurrent visit 5 is there, and after that is your, okay. Here they have not included like that, but what you can do is, once you do 1 week of work, okay, concurrent visit. If you once you do 5 days of concurrent visit, go for one individual conference after that. Okay, so in this way you will be able to, well, actually this is about your comfort also. So as a student, after consultation with your supervisor, you can discuss when exactly do you want to have. So all the space that we are showing, this is all related to the concurrent visit. So there will be space for 45 different concurrent visits for the student. Okay. Okay. So actually, I've gone a little further in this, but then here you, as you can see, this is the report of the individual conferences. So individual conferences are conferences that the students organize between the student social, sorry, between the student social worker and the fieldwork supervisor, or the supervisor, which will be given to you by the university, allotted to you by the university. So you will be sitting, and from time to time you will be discussing about the progress and growth of the. So you will be actually holding these visits with the supervisor. Just discuss when the supervisor is available, when can he or she give you some time to carry out these meetings. And in these meetings, you will be discussing about your progress report. You will be discussing about any problem if you are facing. Okay, you will discuss about um, um, you know, about everything. I mean, in the fieldwork, in this report, you can discuss about anything. So these reports will be there, and for every student, they have to do at least um, you have to do at least five such reports. Now, when you do these reports, that is up to your wish and that of the supervisor, but you have to have at least five such reports of individual conferences written in your journal. Okay. And when you want to have individual conference, this is also something that you can always discuss with your supervisor. Okay. Okay. Now, once you are done with the individual conferences, just a moment. There is also a group conference, okay, apart from individual conferences, and there is space for five such group conferences. Now, group conferences are actually the students apart from you who are in the same course. If you are in touch with students, then you can have a combined conference where the supervisor can, speak to the group and say how and see how you have to um, uh, uh, basically take a combined meeting with the worker, okay, with the supervisor. And you can have other students from your MSW course. So if you are in touch with any other students, you can organize a common group work session, a group conference session, where you will be you will be giving information about your work, or maybe you can just ask questions in a group with the supervisor, or discuss something which is of general in nature, or something which is relevant to all the students. So all of it is up to you basically, and your supervisor, how you go about it. So this there will be a there will also be a this thing for the group conference. Okay, there will be space given for five group conferences over here. After these group conferences, there will be a self evaluation report. Self evaluation report is again something that you have to write on your own. You will try and evaluate your own work for the past year. So, over this second year period, you have to write about your learnings in as a student social worker. What experiences did you gain out of the field work practicum that you worked with? Okay, also you have to mention your knowledge improved, if any skills, attitudes, or professional self or anything, all of these things developed, you were able to develop in during this course of 1 year, or during this course of the field work, 45 plus 5, that is 50. So these 50 days of field work, how did it go? Again, this is has to be evaluating yourself. Okay, now after the self evaluation report is so in this after this report, you will have the summary report of the second year field work. So there is some space provided to over here, where this is the agencies visited, that is you have to say this is for the orientation visits. Okay, so in these orientation visits, you have to write the name of the agency. So the five agencies that you visited, write the name of those agencies and the date. Okay, and after this you can have these concurrent visits. So 45 days of your work you will be carrying out, and you will write the main activity of every day following the and the date. So all the 45 days which you went to the agency, you have to write main activity that you performed in that day, on that day, and the date. Okay, so like this you will have space for all the 45 days here. Okay, so once you are done with the summary report, this is the term and self assessment form. Again, there will be questions that the students have to answer in the term and self assessment form. Okay, these will be questions which are open ended as well as closed ended. You will be answering those questions, and this is just basically to see how the student has improved in knowledge. And your name and signature of the student, that is also required here. Then there is a checklist which is given to you. So before you finally submit your assignment or your journal to the supervisor, there are certain checklists, or there are certain things that you have to make sure that you have completed. Okay, so these are the different things, or the different reports that you should be completed, that different things that you should have done before you submit your journal to the fieldwork supervisor. Now, this evaluation part is something that the supervisor will do for the student. So the student do not have to write anything over here. It is for the supervisor discretion. Okay, supervisor will be discussing about this. Then there will be the global comments over here by the fieldwork supervisor. So the fieldwork supervisor will be providing you with the comments. Okay, what he or she thinks about your performance for the work. Okay, and this is the total. It's of 200 marks, where the 100 marks will be awarded from the fieldwork supervisor, and the remaining 100 marks will be awarded by the School of Social Work faculty, who will be your external evaluator. Okay, so like this, you will be graded by two people. One is your own supervisor, and one is the faculty School of Social Work. So they will assign you marks accordingly, depending upon your work and depending upon your reports. Okay, now this is the agency certificate which you're supposed to get, okay, signed, duly signed by the agency supervisor. So write the name of, here is your details, and here is the details of the supervisor. So you just write about the, ask your agency supervisor to sign this particular uh, certificate. Okay, and this brings us end to the MSWL 15 journal. Any questions from anybody regarding this? Any questions? Now, what we can do is, maybe
Ma'am,
when we,
our assignment submission date and this journal submission date is 31st March. And
no, you don't have to submit the journal by 31st March. Submit your assignments on 31st March. Journal
so
you can submit it later also. After your examination also you can submit it. There is no, it is not mandatory that you have to submit your journal before the examination.
okay,
You
okay,
can submit it later also, but your assignment should be submitted before examinations.
okay, ma'am. Okay. Because now I was thinking now classes are going on. How come
Yeah.
within 1 week we'll submit assignment? We can submit, no problem.
Yeah, so if you want, maybe what we can do is, even for, since some of the students are have not even completed their MSWL 13, maybe we can just see a little bit about the MSWL 13 journal when we meet again on the 26th. So there is another class of ours. Although this is only for MSWL 15, but MSWL 15 is also related to MSWL 13. Okay, so maybe there are certain kind of information that the students need to understand. So maybe when we meet on the 26th, we will do a little bit of the relevant parts that from the MSW 13 journal as well. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So we will continue with our discussion on the 26th when we meet again for the class. And any other question, if there is any other question from the students relating to MSWL 15. Okay, then I think we can uh, call it a day, and just complete the class today. And I will see you all people again on the 26th from 4 o'clock, where we will discuss a little bit about the MSWL 13 journal, which is also related to MSWL 15. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for the class today. You may leave now.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Thank you so much.